You could have found someone to watch her while you were gone. You could have taken her with you. While you were in Detroit or Puerto Rico, you could have called someone in Cleveland and told them that Jalen needed help, sentenced you to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. So look, before I jump into the video, I want to start it out by telling my supporters out there that I appreciate y'all for rocking with me the way that y'all do. And I also want to tell y'all that I hope that y'all have a good day today, or I hope that y'all did have a good day today. I don't know when I'm going to post this video, so that's why I said that the way that I said that. But anyway it go, I'm just wishing the best upon y'all, man. I just hope that y'all can have a good quality life, and I hope that y'all can get everything that y'all want out of life. And yeah, if things are seeming rough right now, don't give up on nothing that you got going on. Stay motivated, consistent, and keep some faith with you, and everything will work itself out. But other than that, I just want to say that right there to my supporters. Let's get straight into the situation at hand. And another thing that I do want to say before I start the video off is saying RIP to this young, beautiful baby that lost her life due to the person who was supposed to protect and provide for her. Now look, I did a video about this situation the other day, and you know, YouTube didn't show it to a lot of people. I think like 17,000 people seen it. And you know, it's a good thing that this situation is getting the light that it's getting right now, and I'm pretty sure now it'll get the exposure that it needs. It's crazy how YouTube work. We'll get into all of it another time. But yeah, basically, long story short, it's a lady by the name of Christelle Candelario. She's 32 years old, or 33, one of the two. Her beautiful baby lost her life because she decided to go on vacation for 10 days and leave the baby there alone by herself. Now this is very sad and sickening to me. You know, I feel so many different ways about this situation. I can't express myself on YouTube the way that I want to, but y'all already know what I want to say and how I'm feeling about this situation. That little baby had to sit there and starve and go without for 10 whole days. When they got to the baby, man, the baby already had lost 13 pounds. You know how much like the baby had to be in distress to lose 13 pounds in 10 days? Man, that's crazy as hell. And what's so crazy about this situation is when they got back from vacation, well, when she got back from vacation, the baby had just passed away. They just said the rigor mortis just started to kick in not too long ago. So if she would have came a day earlier, if something else, I mean, it's just so many different things that could have took place to prevent this from happening. And I also do have videos that I did from the other video that a lot of y'all didn't get a chance to see in this video right here. So y'all will be able to get caught up to date from the beginning to the end. Y'all already know how I like to do it. I like to make sure we got everything in full details on this channel right here. But yeah, man, people were saying that they was offering her help and stuff like that, and the defense that they used was that she was depressed and things like that, which is so crazy to me. And like I said in my other video, shit, I'm depressed too. We all be having our little depressed moments and shit. Bills coming through the goddamn mail every day of the week, it seemed like, man. Every time I look around, another bill coming here, boy, I be depressed and sleepy as hell when I see them bills. But you know, it ain't no reason to go and do nothing like this. She did this because she wanted to, and I think that she just indirectly got rid of her child because that's what she really wanted to do, and this was the way that she could do it. And she thought she was going to be able to manipulate the court, and they weren't going for it at all. And I really commend them for giving her life without parole. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They should have been a little bit more harsher, but I can understand and let her suffer, you know. But I feel like that she should definitely go through the same thing that beautiful child had to go through. The same exact thing. Put her in I think it's called a pack and play. Yeah, they put it. The baby was in a pack and play, and if y'all know what that is, yes, it's like a little thing that the kids be in. So the baby couldn't do nothing, you know. But you know, one thing that I really keep on thinking about is like when the baby was passing away. I'm pretty sure the only thing that she can envision is her mother's face, like for help. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that you would leave your child to the wayside like that. It's just crazy to me. I never will understand it, and I don't I just, boy, it's so much I want to say, I just can't do it. But we're finna get into the video. I'm finna give y'all the brief synopsis of the timeline, that way I can get caught up to everything if you missed it. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this situation. Y'all hit the like button too, man. I'm dropping this consistent content. I'm bringing details, facts, I mean, good quality content. So that's all I ask y'all to do is hit the like button. Let me know what y'all feel about everything in the comment section, and we're gonna talk about this. RIP. Her name was Jalen Candelario. I think that's how you pronounce their name. But it's just a sad and unfortunate situation. I want to send my condolences out to everybody who had a genuine love for this beautiful baby, man. And to hear the neighbors trying to help you and you don't want the help is crazy to me. But let's go ahead and get into the video.
Here at 5 o'clock with new details about a big story we told you about yesterday. A Cleveland mother charged with murder after she allegedly leaves her baby home alone for more than a week and went on vacation.
News 5 anchor Tracy Carlos with the new details about the mother, Crystal Candelario.
Look at that food.
Neighbors who live along West 97th Street in Cleveland are heartbroken about what police say unfolded inside this house.
We just couldn't believe that she was gone.
31-year-old Crystal Candelario was charged with murder in connection to the death of her daughter.
They watched the baby many times.
This neighbor and her daughter asked not to be identified.
Jalene, she was a happy baby, always smiling, always curious about stuff. She was wonderful. She was just a wonderful baby.
According to Cleveland Municipal Court records, Candelario told police she left her 16-month-old daughter home alone and unattended while she went on vacation to Puerto Rico and Detroit. And neighbors told me this is not the first time Candelario has left the baby home alone.
We keep telling her not to leave her by herself. Not only me, my friend across the street too. But she always leave her by herself.
Neighbors told me she lives here with her 2 daughters and her parents. Her parents recently went on vacation and took Candelario's older daughter with them.
There were so many people here. She could have knocked on any of our doors and asked us to take care of Jalene, and we all would have.
Court records revealed when the mother returned 8 days later, she found her daughter unresponsive in the pack and play where she was left alone.
We were always playing with her. She was so gorgeous. And like when they told us the state that they found her in, I was heartbroken.
We discovered that Candelario worked briefly at Hope Academy North Coast as an instructional aide during the 2019-2020 school year. She worked at Citizens Academy Glenville since the fall of 2022. According to a statement from Breakthrough Public Schools based on recent reports, quote, "We have terminated her employment effective immediately." The statement goes on to say, "We are conducting an internal review to determine if there were any complaints of improper conduct during her tenure at Breakthrough Public Schools." Back in the neighborhood, neighbors here are struggling to process what happened inside this house.
She was like a little sister to me.
In Cleveland, Tracy Carlos, News 5.
The Cleveland woman who left her 16-month-old daughter home alone for 10 days while she went on vacation in Puerto Rico and Michigan has pleaded guilty to aggravated murder. On June 6, 2023, Crystal Candelario left her daughter Jalene home alone. She told police that she left the 16-month-old girl while she went out on vacation for a week. Today, the prosecutor's office announced Candelario pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and endangering children. Sentencing is set for March 18th.
Crystal Candelario, the 32-year-old Cleveland mom, facing multiple charges in her daughter's death after allegedly leaving the 16-month-old girl home alone to go on vacation, has pleaded guilty to aggravated murder. Candelario left her daughter, Jalene, unattended for 10 days at a residence near Lorraine Avenue and West 97th Street last June. When she returned from her vacation, Candelario found her daughter, Jalene, unresponsive and called police.
She knew what she was doing.
The Cleveland Division of Police and the Cleveland Division of Fire responded and pronounced that baby at the home.
And now they have video footage showing like ring camera footage of her leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. So they were just basically trying to show you that she had ample time and plenty of opportunities to go ahead and make sure that this baby was properly taken care of. I don't understand how you can actually go back into the house, see your child in this pick and play. I say pick and play, this pack and play, and just keep on continuing with your day, like knowing what's going on. And you know what? One thing that I didn't get a chance to mention was that she was with a man. So, you know, I think that she was too busy trying to get to this dude and ultimately didn't give a damn what her children was going through on the back end. And she's suffering for the consequences. But I think that she also just didn't give a damn because, you know, she indirectly did what she wanted to do. She really, really didn't want that child anymore. And I feel like that, you know, when it's a situation like this, you just drop the child off. Just drop the child off at a safe environment. Drop the child off with the police or something like that. Don't leave the child there to suffer and starve and dehydrate and go through different phases and shit like that. That just ain't what's up to me, in my personal opinion. I feel like that anybody who do anything like this deserves nothing but the maximum. And I'm not talking about jail time. The maximum. I can't just tear her ass up. Just that's all I feel like should be happening right now. You feel me? But you know, I'm glad that she got life without parole. She can also appeal it and go through certain things, but they not finna let her out. Her ass is grass. Seeing the way that the baby was left and seeing certain things and knowing certain information about the case, these people are not trying to listen to nothing that she got to say. She was boohoo crying in court and all the other type of stuff. Nobody want to hear that, man. You should have thought about that. The baby was crying days on end, and you in the courtroom trying to act like you the victim and crying and playing like you. And I don't understand why some attorneys take on cases like this. I wish I would represent you and you did something like this. Our money ain't good money, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you represent this person just shows so many character flaws to me. You know, I don't give a damn. You can be a defense attorney and watch this and argue me up and down, and some of y'all might say, well, he get paid to do this. Man, nah, just some cases that I wouldn't deal with, just having integrity. And knowing that baby needed representation, I wouldn't be a part of it. You feel me? Because the baby can't talk anymore. So yes, I'm definitely against things like this. I don't give a damn. But a lot of people thinking like, well, you know, I can get notoriety, and man, no. That is not worth it, bro. That is not worth it at all. But hey, it is what it is. It's the way of the world. And you know, they say that everybody is entitled to a fair trial. So hey, it is what it is. Let's get back into it. Even though she did plead guilty, she didn't go to, you know, well, let's go.
Candelaria will be sentenced on March 18th in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court.
They got her ass yesterday.
A baby girl died after being left home alone for days while her mother went on vacation. This is the story we've been following since last summer. Now, the mother pleading guilty in court yesterday. Now, on just one station, Brittany Weir sat down with her defense attorney, who is blaming mental illness as a key factor in this deadly outcome.
Crystal Candelario left her 16-month-old daughter home alone for days while she traveled to Detroit and Puerto Rico. And when first responders arrived at the home, they found the baby girl in her pack and play. Now, Candelario's defense attorney is speaking out, saying she suffered from mental illness.
Unfortunately, there is a mental health issue to this case.
In June of 2023, one-year-old Lled Candelario was left alone for 2 weeks while her mother traveled for vacation. Cuyahoga County prosecutor says Lled was found in a playpen on a liner soiled with urine and feces.
I mean, just by reading the headline, you could tell that, you know, this is probably something deeper going on.
Derek Smith, the defense attorney for Candelario, says this was the first time that she was left alone to take care of Lled.
And unfortunately, it played a heavy role on her mentally.
Candelario pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and endangering a child. Smith says Candelario suffered from depression.
Unfortunately, it's not an easy diagnosis. It's not something that can be easily recognized from the outside. You don't know what a person's dealing with internally.
Smith says normally Candelario's parents would help her watch her children, but they were away in Ecuador with Candelario's oldest daughter, and she felt she needed to get away.
It's extremely selfish, just negligent parenting. I just wish at the time she would have had a better understanding of what was really going on.
Candelario's sentencing is scheduled for March 18th. In Lakewood, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Now, the minimum sentence we're talking here possibly could face sentencing is her life in prison with her first chance of parole at 20 years.
We begin with really a story and an emotional sentencing in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court.
The bond between a mother and a child is one of the most purest and most sacred bonds between human beings.
A judge has sentenced a mother to life in prison without the possibility of parole after she left her baby at home and flew to Puerto Rico. Judge Brendan Sheehan told 32-year-old Crystal Candelario she committed the ultimate act of betrayal.
Candelario pleaded guilty to endangering children and aggravated murder in February, 8 months after the death of her 16-month-old daughter, Lled. Prosecutors pointed to doorbell video showing Candelario leaving her home without Jaylene on June 4th. She returns 2 days later and then takes off again that night with a suitcase. Pictures appear to show her enjoying time in Puerto Rico before heading to Detroit. She doesn't reappear outside her house until June 16th.
The thought of this child dying every day while she's having fun, humanity can't stomach that. And those are the actions that need to be punished. She abandoned her daughter and left her for dead.
She didn't want this to happen. You could hear that. Screaming, help me. My daughter's dying.
Candelario's
Look at him put on this good old facade like we really don't know that she full of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like laughable at this point. Nothing is laughable about the situation but him. You know what I'm saying? And her. The whole scenario is just pitiful in my personal opinion. She over there faking and crying and all the other type of stuff. You should have thought about all of that before you went on vacation. You left your child there. You knew what you was doing. Then you talking about she didn't want this to happen. Well, damn, why you didn't prevent it? You couldn't do. Why you didn't prevent it? You could have did anything else besides this right here. This shit lying to me. I hate that people continue to lie and move like this. And I don't understand a lawyer taking up for somebody who did something like this. He really out there trying to plead the case and knowing damn well he not gonna win. That's what's so crazy to me. But it is what it is, man. He really out there talking about, you know, she didn't want this to happen. Well, why the hell did it happen? That's crazy. Let's get back into it though.
attorney said nothing excuses her actions, but he said his client was dealing with depression and anxiety and not getting the treatment she needed. It was also revealed in court that after she found her daughter, Candelario put new clothes on her to try to hide the filth. And then she lied to police. The medical examiner and lead homicide detective on this case described it as the worst case they have investigated.
And we'll hear from those who spoke on behalf of Jaylene. Coming up in the news at 5, Candelario also spoke, and we'll talk more about what she had to say in court.
In a shocking and betrayal of this fundamental trust, you committed the ultimate act of betrayal.
The judge with stern words for a mother who left her child home alone to die while the mom vacationed in Puerto Rico. Thanks for joining us now at 3. I'm Nicole Versansky. For 10 days, that 16-month-old baby girl was left in her playpen while her mother was on vacation. And you can see the impact that this case has had on the police officers who responded to the scene, all in the courtroom for the emotional sentencing this morning. Garcia New Yorker was there as well. She joins us live now in the newsroom with the story. Sia.
Nicole, we watched and we heard shocking new details about how baby Jaylene suffered and how her mother has behaved since that tragedy. The judge took all of this into account. Dozens packed the courtroom to be the voice for 16-month-old Jaylene Candelario, who is no longer with us. Her mother, Christelle Candelario, pleaded guilty last month to aggravated child endangerment after investigators say she left her daughter alone for 10 days to vacation in Michigan and Puerto Rico. Prosecutors showed the court evidence, including more than 648 hours of ring cam footage, photos, receipts, phone calls, and interviews, building its case.
Animals take care of their infants better. The thought of this child dying every day while she's having fun, humanity can't stomach that.
The medical examiner said the baby girl died from severe dehydration and starvation and suffered a long and agonizing death. More than 24 law enforcement officers, detectives, and first responders packed the pews to show their support for the 16-month-old baby.
J is for the justice that will be received today. A is for the angel wings she earned on that dreadful day.
Christelle's parents asked the judge for mercy before Christelle addressed the court herself.
Le pido a Dios que algún día pueda volverla a ver.
I pray to God that one day I will see her again.
But the judge said he saw no remorse and has to remember Jaylynn.
Just as you didn't let Jaylynn out of her confinement until she died, so too, you should spend the rest of your life in a cell without freedom. The only difference will be that prison will at least feed you and give you liquids that you denied her.
And then he sentenced her to life in prison without parole. Investigators said after Candelario was arrested, she made calls from jail, having conversations about her future. The judge said she can't appeal her sentence. Reporting in the newsroom, CNN New Yorker, 19 News.
Committed the ultimate act of betrayal. Leaving your baby terrified, alone, unprotected, to suffer what I heard was the most imagined, with no food, no water, no protection, and lying in her own feces. You decided you needed a vacation, and what followed was absolute depravity. You left your baby, Jaylynn, trapped in a pack and play without food and water for 10 days. This wasn't simply an oversight. You could have saved Jaylynn's life many times. You could have found someone to watch her while you were gone. You could have taken her with you. While you were in Detroit or Puerto Rico, you could have called someone in Cleveland and told them that Jaylynn needed help. Dr. Mooney indicated that rigor mortis was found when they found her, which means she didn't die that long before you came home.
Damn fool.
Think about that. Despite all of her suffering, that little baby persevered, waiting for someone to save her. And you could have done that with a simple phone call.
Definitely.
On count one, edited, I'm going to sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole. On count 5, I'm going to sentence you to 8 years to run concurrent to count 1.
All right, that's the end of the video. Like I said before, I'm happy, I'm ecstatic that this baby did get justice the best way possible. You know, I really do well. You know, it's other things they could do that'll make me a little bit more happy, but it's cool. It's good enough right now. But other than that, man, you know, I hate that this baby had to go through what she had to go through, especially for the amount of time, you know, all the headaches, the cold sweats, the body aches, the stomach pains, just so many different things that was happening in the midst of this situation should have never happened, and I just hate that she had to deal with that. I feel like she should be sent into a room, put in a pack and play, and, you know, an adult one, and she finna be in one head, lock her ass up in jail, and sit up in there, and you know, let her go with that. Let her see how it feels, you know. But other than that, that's all I gotta say about the situation. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. If you made it to the end, I really do appreciate y'all, and I'm happy that she got justice. But I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.